And what is a living trust, and why or when do you need it if you have COPD?
First of all, let me give out a number of the different names, because people listening to this may have heard of a living trust called a loving trust, a revocable trust, a revocable living trust. They're generally speaking kind of all the same things, and some of the terminology is a little confusing, and don't shoot me, I didn't make it up. Also, a living trust has nothing in the world to do with a living will. A living will is a statement of your healthcare wishes. What is a living trust? First, let's define a trust. A trust is a legal contract that you create. You're the grantor, the settlor setting up a trust, and you create that with the trustee. In the unusual case of most living trusts, you may be a trustee of the trust as well, but in many cases, you probably shouldn't be the sole or only trustee. Why is it called a living revocable trust? It's called a living trust because it's done while you're alive. It's called a revocable trust because you can change it any time. So now that the jargon and definitions are out of the way, what does it do? How do you use it? And what's unique about COPD and living trusts? Most living trusts are done as a legal arrangement to avoid probate when you die. I'm not addressing that. If you have COPD, how you plan for death and wills and inheritances and probate is no different than anybody else. That's not our topic, and it's really not what the book focuses on, though there's a little bit of information on that. The power of a living trust, if you're living with COPD or any other chronic disease, is that it's a phenomenal way to organize, consolidate, and simplify your investment holdings and give somebody that you trust the authority, the power, the ability to step in and help you if you can't take care of financial and legal matters yourself. So if you're getting on in years and you're in your 70s or 80s and you have been living with COPD and you may have some other health challenges as well, it may come a time where you need someone to pay bills, take care of financial matters for you. And a living trust, if you have a co-trustee, someone that serves with you as a trustee, they can be empowered to do all that. So you could be a co-trustee so that you're still involved and in control so long as you can. If you're hospitalized during a flare-up, the co-trustee can take care of your bills and financial matters much easier than someone under a power of attorney. When you reach a stage of your life, which many of us unfortunately will, that you can't take care of your financial or legal matters, well, the trustee is now legally authorized to do all of that for you. And the power of a living trust is you're putting the name of, retitling the ownership of your bank account, your brokerage account, not your IRA, not your retirement plan, but your other assets into the trust. So the trustee has legal, not beneficial, but legal ownership of those assets. It makes it much easier for them to help you out. Also in a living trust, because it just tends to be a more comprehensive document, you can incorporate lots of your wishes of how you want to be cared for, how money should be spent for you, so that you're creating a real structure for people that you trust to help you out. If your financial resources permit, the most powerful and safest way to protect yourself and your loved ones is to name a trust company. An independent bank or trust company is a co-trustee with yourself while you're alive and well, and then a family member or trusted friend when you're not able to function. Because the banks and trust companies do this professionally and they do a great job. And by combining that with a family member, you really have the best of all worlds. So living trust, if you're facing the challenges of COPD, if you can afford the extra legal fees of setting that up over just a power of attorney, is really the ultimate tool to protect you, your finances, and your loved ones.